I shared earlier about miracles, and I want to share with you some of them. What I used to do is before each flight, because I had a lot of series of flights, is I would call the angels in, and I would imagine the whole trip that day with all the connections in white light. And then I would, flying, by the way, it's not my best pastime. And if I don't really manage my head, it'll do me in. So when I do this, no fear, nothing. I am just taken care of. And I imagine I've got angels, 2 angels in the front and 2 angels behind. They let me know when there's turbulence happening. They let me know when it's going to be a good flight, so I know already ahead of time. And this particular day, I had a connecting flight from London to get me to New York, connecting in Philadelphia. And it's the first time I noticed that my travel agent had only allowed 2 hours of connecting time, which was not going to be enough, not possible, because I'm getting off an international flight in Philadelphia. I have to go through customs and immigration. I have to recheck my bag, and I have to get the terminal I had to go to was at the furthest end of the airport from where I was. So 3 hours would have been fine, but 2 is just not possible. And so but I could see the whole thing in white light. So I said to the angels, so am I going to make that connection? And they said, yes. I said, will you help me? And they said, we're working on it. So I was like, okay, trust. Now my brain is going nuts because I'm going through all the, it's going to take 10 minutes for that and half an hour for that. And it's just not possible. But they said. So just in case I got separated from my luggage, I put my pajamas and things like that in my knapsack that I had with me. I arrive in Philadelphia. I go through customs and immigration, and I recheck my luggage. But the woman won't take my luggage. She said, no, you have to take it to security, and then you've got to take it to that woman over there. Well, somehow my brain got all foggy. I couldn't understand what she said. I made her repeat it 3 times, and I was still no clearer. I thought, I can't believe this is happening. I don't understand. So all I knew is I got to take it to security. So I took it over to this big machine, and these guys take it through security. And then I'm standing there lost. And I'm looking around. There's no woman over there I'm supposed to go to. And there's a man who comes by, and he says, are you going to Terminal F? And I said, yes. And he goes, well, that's this way. I said, yeah, but she told me that way. And he goes like that, and he walks off. So I figured, well, he knows where he's going. So I follow him. And little did I know I left my luggage in the middle of the terminal in Philadelphia. That's another story. I'll come back to that. And that was all part of it, really. But anyway, you have to take a shuttle to Terminal F, and it's a half an hour shuttle to get there. And you have to go through security first. So I head to where I'm going, and there are hundreds of people waiting to go through security. I won't make it. So angels, help. And I stood there, and this security guard, he's looking right at me. And he says in a voice only loud enough for me to hear, is anyone going to Terminal F? I said, yeah, me. No one else raised their hands because they couldn't hear him. There must have been heaps of people. And he looked at my ticket and he said, you are not going to make it if you stay here. He says, here's what you can do. You go down those stairs and you take the employee shuttle and you go through security once you get there. I got to Terminal F in 10 minutes. No one at security at the other end. Go right through. I tell you, I'm on cloud 9. Whee! this is great. Another miracle that happened, I was in Malta and I was in a cafe in a garden, having a wonderful cup of coffee and just relaxing. And this man comes up to me and he says, "They put your coffee on my bill by mistake, but I just want you to know that I paid for it and I wanted to." And he left. I was just moved to tears by that. I had things happen like I would be walking down the street carrying my luggage, and this man and his son came by and said, "We'll help you with that. Where do you need to go? We'll walk you." I'm getting out of the bus, and I go to pick up my luggage, and the man in front of me, he's already picked it up from me and put it where I can get it. Just uplifted. And I knew, when I let go and trusted and called in the angels, they're right there. They are right there. Do you want to hear what happened to my luggage? Well, I had no realization of what I'd done. So I got to New York, and I'm waiting for my luggage, and it doesn't come off. So I go to the baggage claim, and all of a sudden, it's like dawning on me. Oh my God. I left it in the middle of the floor. They could have blown it up. That constant, "Don't leave your luggage unattended. It will be," like, oh no. And I'm thinking of all the things in there, and I'm realizing, this is probably just, it's all about letting go. This whole journey has been about letting go. And so I'm in the lineup of the baggage claim, and the guy at the desk, by the time I get there, he's like, "Yeah, okay, so we lost your luggage. It's our fault. Okay, what was your flight?" I mean, he'd had enough. So I called in the angels, and I said, "Angels, please help him." And I said, "You know what? I did something really silly, and it's not your fault at all." And I told him what I did. And I said, so he looked in his computer, and we found out that somebody actually had picked it up and got it on a flight. The only thing is it went to San Diego. Yeah. But it got picked up, So I was all excited about that. And I said, now, the other problem is that I'm only here for the weekend, because I was just there for a weekend course before I flew to Arizona. And I said, I know that eventually my luggage will get here. The problem is, will it get here before I leave? Because I'm concerned that it might not find me again. I said, I know it would take you a lot of effort to actually get my luggage back so I could get it. And I said, I know that, and I realize that. And angels, please help him. And he said, he got on the phone, and he phoned the baggage area in San Diego. Now, if you can imagine, in an airport, the phone ringing in the baggage area, yeah, right. Nobody picks it up. So you got to sit there and let it ring and ring and ring and ring and ring and ring. He said, you leave it with me. So I went and did my course. And I thought, you know what? I don't care if I wear the same thing every day. So what? I wash my underwear every night. Big deal, Anyway, I come back from the course. My luggage, and I was staying overnight at a hotel before I left the next day. My luggage was waiting for me in the hotel with this big sign on it, urgent, written right across it. Angels. Angels, angels. And I thanked him heaps.